When we first started doing Mongoose Jam, there weren't that many pro contests, and it was really cool to try to fill that little bit of void. But then it actually got to the point where it was hard to get pros to come because there were so many events. And Mongoose as a brand, they're all about getting kids into riding and getting kids on bikes, the younger ages, the amateurs. And so that's when we were like, let's try to do an amateur-only event. We'll bring the pros out. They can help judge. They'll do a pro demo at the end and just make it just a fun day for the kids and try to, give back a little bit to the amateurs and hopefully get some new ones into the sport.
I think jams like this get kids and they get riders excited. Like it brings the community together and everyone gets, inspired by it. You notice the difference after a jam when people are just like really stoked. They want to get out riding more. And I just know how jams impacted me when I was a younger kid and when I was just kind of coming up in BMX, how, you just get a huge buzz off of a jam. So having that jam down here, the whole thing being focused on the young generation and the kids it's a really sick concept. And I'm really stoked that it's happened.
Source Park is probably the coolest park as far as locations go that I've ever been to. Just the fact that it's underground. Like you're walking, 1 minute you're walking by the ocean on this pier, and then there's a pretty small building. You walk in the door, you go down some stairs, and it's like this whole underground tunnel full of ramps and bike parts. I've never seen anything like this before.
You meet all these cool kids when you travel around the world for contests, but you never really get to session with them because there's all these split categories. As in the Am Jam, we're open to just really ride and session, and it's no pressure and it's just fun. And I think that's what's cool about BMX, where it's pure and it keeps it fun.
One of the cool things about the jam is, like you say, AMs, and you expect just young kids, but they had everybody from like 4 or 5 years old up to almost 40. I mean, and they're amateurs. They're just out here just having a good time, riding in front of their friends, riding with their friends. And it was just having that diverse age group was just really awesome to see.
I think it's really cool just to see more women showing up at these events and, young girls. Just even now I still get intimidated sometimes. And so I know for sure that these younger girls are, intimidated just being new to the sport, new on a bike, and then on top of it being the only girl. So I think it really helps just to see other girls and not feel so out of place, even though, the guys are also welcoming and everything, but nothing really beats being able to ride with other girls.
I was so hyped that Nikita was going to be here, obviously to see her ride, but also for the young girls that we coach to see her ride. I think it's a really male dominant sport, and they're out here like in an intimidating environment trying to just get things going on and ride with the boys. So for them to see a female pro, I know they were really excited about that, and she rode so well, and it's motivating to see that kind of thing going on. And I'm really excited for the young girls that come down here and ride, that they got to see a girl that's so good at riding just in their local park shredding like that. And Nikita's such a good human too. Like, she was really friendly. I was seeing the girls going up to her. They were so excited to get like pictures with her and stuff. And I think having her out here and having her on the team has been a huge benefit to our team and to Mongoose.
I've followed Sasha for a little bit on Instagram, so it was really fun to meet her, and she absolutely kills it. And yeah, during the jam, she got a flat, and there wasn't too much time left. So while they were fixing her bike, she asked if she could hop on mine, and she just kept going, and then hopped back on her bike once it was fixed. That was cool.
The 12 and under class it was just seeing all those young kids just pedaling around and like, it wasn't necessarily trying to do the best tricks, but it was just trying to be on your bike and just riding around the park. I mean, literally there was like 5 or 6 kids in the bowls just pedaling around, just riding. And I think just seeing that really stood out to me. Just seeing them hey, I'm just out here with my friends, and all these parents are watching me and people are watching me. It was cool.
I think the first class was really cool. Just, it was 13 and under, and you had some kids that were, they looked so small, and then they would drop in and just blast out of that bowl and just kill it. And it was just really cool to see kids that young, that good. The
kid that won the young category, Reed, he was actually unbelievable. He was so smooth. Never seen a kid that small go so high on a bike. And he had good style too. 13
to 15 was you started seeing them, like, these are kids that have been on a bike for a little bit longer, and they're doing tricks, they're learning their own style, and they're going 3 to 4 feet higher than the previous class. But that's just progression, and it's again a bunch of standout kids that were just blowing minds.
little Ellis, like his style was so good. He was so smooth. He was flowing around the ball with so much ease, and he just looks good on a bike. Henry was doing a lot of good gnarly tricks that, you know, some pro riders might even be scared of. Of course, Reef, he won it. He was just consistent through the whole jam. He was doing tricks all over the skate park consistently, pretty much pulled everything he tried. Even when it took a couple of goes, he kept coming back and trying it, and he made sure like he got everything that he was into and that he was trying.
16 and over was just bangers the whole time. I mean, kids were, you know, one guy was trying like 900s. It was, again, really hard to pick a winner and judge, and I mean, Felipe killed it. He rides so good. He's very like, I mean, he could flow a bull, but he's got tech. I know he's really good at street too, so he kind of has it all, and it's just cool to see him bring that style to a bull.
Felipe, he won the over 16 category. He was really technical, really smooth. He had some big tricks too, and also pretty much pulled everything he was going for. Also looked good on the bike, and just did a lot of stuff in that 10-minute jam.
We did an online contest where you just tag a photo from the source. It has to be from that day at the Am Jam, and randomly picked a couple people. And the first kid we picked, he was so psyched. He could not stop smiling and just had a grin from ear to ear. And he just so psyched when he was holding that bike. And that right there just made everything worth it. Just seeing how pumped he was. And hopefully that bike, he gets on it and he starts riding, and maybe one day he'll be on Mongoose.
Getting to watch Greg ride the demo is like, yeah, it's priceless. Seeing him ride this place with no one in the way.
It was cool riding that demo. It was a little nerve-wracking having everyone watching you in that moment. But, I mean, yeah, Kevin kind of just kills everything he touches. It was like one banger after the next, just in a run. You'd think it was over, and then he would keep going.
Of course, Kevin is unreal. Some of the technical stuff he was doing is just mind-blowing, and I like every time he was riding, I would just be like, I'd kind of watch him and then just quickly look up and just see how excited all the parents and all the kids were up top, just watching Peraza just do like unnatural things on a bicycle.
Overall impression of the event was we can't wait to do another one. Just seeing all the smiling faces. We were getting messages from parents thanking us for doing this, and it's like I said, there's a lot of pro events out there, so it's really good to do something and try to get the amateur kids, give them a platform to show what they're learning, or just show what they can do. And we can't wait till the next one.
Yeah, so Mongoose Jam now, like we said, is focusing on an Am Jam and not so much of a contest. So we're picking these local parks to come to, and we're going to Tucson at Premises Park. I think the fact that it's at my local is pretty incredible that we have the opportunity to bring events now, where before, you know, I dreamt about going to these events. So it's cool.
So everyone's been here to my local. I cannot wait to get out to Arizona and ride with Kevin at his local spots and with all the kids out there. Looking forward to that, and yeah, see you there.